Hi everyone, and Merry Christmas in July. I'm sorry that we can't be together in Simmons Park as we originally intended, but I do hope that you'll enjoy these stories from home and that you'll sing some Christmas carols with me from home, and we'll still try to have a really good, jolly old time. Our first book is called Bear Stays Up for Christmas. It's written by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Jane Chapman. You might be familiar with the story, or at least some of the characters in the book, because she has a kind of a whole bear series, doesn't she? The day before Christmas, snuggled on his floor, Bear sleeps soundly with a great big snore. How do you think Bear's snore would sound? Pretty loud, right? Can you snore like Bear would snore? Yeah, I imagine it'd be quite loud. Dear Bear, get up, Mouse shouts in his ear. We won't let you sleep through Christmas this year. His friends are all there, gathered in his lair, and the bear wakes up. So they want him to stay up for Christmas this year. I wonder if he'll be able to do it. He stands with a stretch and a great big sigh. I hope I can make it. I do want to try. Don't worry, squeaks Mouse. Hare says, it's all right. We'll keep you busy all day and all night. He tries to lie down, but his friends all frown, so the bear stays up. Come on, says Badger. Time to follow me. In Pine Grove Glen, there's a fine Christmas tree. So they stomp through the woods, and they tromp down the track. They hoist up the tree onto Bear's big back. He plods very slow as they trudge through the snow, but the bear stays up. Back at the cave, Gopher brews mint tea, and Mole pops corn to string upon the tree. Raven and Wren bake a fresh fruit cake. The friends do their best to keep Bear awake. So he might be getting sleepy, but they're trying really hard to keep him up, right? And so far, Bear's fighting it. He hasn't fallen back asleep. His shoulders start to stoop, and his eyelids droop. But the bear stays up. They hang up their stockings by warm firelight and hum Christmas songs like Oh Holy Night. They cuddle and sing as they wait for the sun. But soon all the voices fade to just one. A bright star glows while his good friends doze, but the bear stays up. So now look who's sleeping. All the bears were kind of yelling at Bear, you can't go to sleep, you can't go to sleep. And now they're the ones who fell asleep first. But Bear's still awake, and Bear looks awfully happy, doesn't he? Bear giggles and grins. He works and he raps. He bustles and bakes while everyone naps. He piles up presents under the tree. But who's at the doorway? Bear doesn't see. He toils all night until the sun rises, making his friends their Christmas surprises. Just before dawn, he lets out a yawn, but he still stays up. How special. While all of his friends are sleeping, he's over here making homemade Christmas gifts for them. Now his back is turned while he's working. So who doesn't he see at the cave's doorway? Right, it's Santa Claus. And I bet you Santa Claus has presents for all of them, including Bear. When Christmas arrives so lovely and white, Bear's friends awake to a glorious sight. Presents and goodies all piled up tall. I stayed up, says Bear, just to share with you all. As his friends shout with glee, Bear lies by the tree, but he still stays up. Maybe he's too excited to fall asleep now, huh? They have so much to celebrate and to play with and to enjoy. Wren flies to the stockings and tweets out a cheer. Besides our bear's presents, Santa was here. When all the gifts are opened, there's one last surprise. Badger shows Bear a quilt just his size. Bear made presents for all of them, but it seems like they also were busy working on something for Bear. Together, they all sewed this beautiful quilt. Bear snuggles up tight and mutters, "Good night." And then Bear falls asleep. And he probably snores again. Let's hear that great big bear snore. His friends tidy up and slip from the lair, and they whisper, "Sweet dreams. Merry Christmas, dear bear." The end. How thoughtful they all were. Bear was thinking of his friends, and all the friends were thinking of Bear. And I love homemade Christmas gifts. I think those are the best and the most special of all. All right, I thought now we'd sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." And why don't we, my friends, sing it 3 times, and we'll keep getting softer, kind of like a lullaby, since Bear was going to sleep. Ready? We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can you whisper it now? We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Very good. Maybe his friends were thinking, "Our friend looks really tired, our friend looks really tired, our friend looks really tired, we'll see him in the spring." Because when Bear falls asleep, he's not just going to sleep for, 12 or so hours like we do, right? Bear goes to sleep for a very long winter's nap. Because what is that called? What do bears do in the winter time? If you said hibernation, you are correct. You are also very smart. All right, what do you say we read book number 2? I chose another one that has great pictures, I think. I really like the character, and you might know this character too from another book. It's called Merry Christmas, Big Hungry Bear by Dawn and Audrey Wood. So the very first book that this husband and wife team wrote together was about this very same mouse and the very same bear and a big red ripe strawberry. So I don't know if you remember that one or not. But it's a fine story to maybe check out the next time you visit us at the library. Hello, little mouse. I see you're ready for Christmas. Look at all those presents. My goodness. My goodness, what a lot of presents. Are they all for you? But, little mouse, what about the big hungry bear in the cold, dark cave at the top of the hill? Mouse looks so happy and carefree on this page, doesn't he? And then when he's reminded about the big hungry bear, how does Mouse look over here? A little bit frightened, doesn't he? Oh, how that bear loves Christmas presents. Red ones, green ones, little ones, big ones. Mouse is now fearful that Bear will come and steal all his presents. So what is he doing? Do you see that long chain? He's going to try to protect his gifts. He's going to chain them up. That bear would do anything to get some presents. So here he's hammering more wood to the door so the bear can't get through. He's really being careful. But he never does. Not even from Santa Claus. Bear wants presents, but he never gets any. Boo-hoo-hoo. Every Christmas he sits alone in his cold, dark cave, and plop, 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 tears fall from his big, hungry eyes. Mouse was so afraid, and he chained everything up, secured all his gifts. But now Mouse is crying too. So now how do you think Mouse is feeling? I wonder, do you think he kind of feels sorry for the bear? I think maybe so. Little Mouse, what are you doing? Oh, I see. What a brave little mouse you are. Did he decide to bring some gifts to Bear? Yeah, that was not only very brave of little mouse, I think it was also very kind. No one else in the whole wide world would go into the cold, dark cave of the big, hungry bear. Especially on Christmas Eve. Shh, little mouse, someone big is fast asleep. Quick, little mouse, someone big is waking up. Uh-oh. Hide, little mouse, someone big is peeking. Uh-oh. Come out, little mouse. I see something big. For you. Merry Christmas. From the Big Hungry Bear. The end. I think this is very similar to our first story. Mouse thought of Bear and felt bad, and so brought him a whole bunch of gifts. But then the bear also thought about little mouse and left him a great big tall present. I wonder what's in there. There he goes home so excited. The end. How does it look like Mouse got to the bear's cave? What kind of tracks do you think those are? Can you tell? Maybe if we go back to this picture. Where is it? Where he first sets off for the cave. I think he's on skis. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you noticed as I was reading, but he takes a pair of skis to go all the way to Bear's Cave and back. If he was in a sleigh, that might not have worked. Like Santa's sleigh has bells, right? That might not have worked because then Bear would have heard him coming and it wouldn't have been so much a surprise, would it? No. So Santa delivers our gifts on a sleigh with sleigh bells. So I thought the next song we could sing is, of course, Jingle Bells. So if you have some bells at home, I encourage you to go get them. And if you don't, that's okay. You can still sing along. We're not going to start ringing our bells until the jingle jingle part. Okay? So hold your bells still and sing along with me. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, ha, ha. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Very good, my friends. All right, let's read a third story. This one is not about a bear and a mouse, but it's about a cute little puppy and a kitty cat, too. It's called Puppy's First Christmas by Steve Smallman. Well, what's going on? Cried Puppy as he skidded on the floor, tangled in the tinsel that was wrapped around his paw. Everything seemed different, all sparkly, strange, and new. I'd better find the cat, he panted. She'll know what to do. Wake up, Cat, he cried. Wake up! How can you be so lazy? This is an emergency. The children have gone crazy. They haven't argued once, and I've been watching them all day. And when Mom said, it's time for bed, they shouted, hooray! Something weird is happening. It started with that tree. At first I thought they'd brought it in especially for me. They covered it with lights and balls and chocolates. What a waste! Then told me I was naughty when I tried to have a taste. It happens every year, says Cat. It's Christmas time, you see? A huge, amazing party that's for all the family. Mom goes really bonkers doing loads and loads of cooking. They'll never eat it all, so we can help when they're not looking. This must be the puppy's first Christmas. And all the decorations and everything is new to him. He doesn't know what's going on. So the cat, who's a little bit older, and maybe has already experienced a Christmas or two, is explaining it to the new pup. But Cat, the puppy cried, they've nailed their socks up on the wall. I really just don't understand this Christmas thing at all. Don't worry, little pup, says Cat. This Christmas thing is fun, and later Santa Claus will come with gifts for everyone. Who's Santa Claus? Asked Puppy. He's a great old guy, said Cat. He's jolly, plump, and whiskery, and wears a furry hat. He'll bring us all a present while we're fast asleep in bed. Oh, Cat, let's try to stay awake and meet him, Puppy said. They looked out the window at the stars so clear and bright and listened hard for noises on that crystal Christmas night. The jingle of a harness and the stomping of a hoof. A muffled, jolly ho, ho, ho from somewhere on the roof. Where's Santa Claus? Yawned Puppy. How much longer will he take? As they waited and they waited, trying hard to stay awake, Cat saw Puppy's eyelids close and then heard his gentle snores. And just as Cat dropped off to sleep, in came Santa Claus. Look, there he is, working ever so quietly, right? The dog and the cat are right there. They don't hear him. Wake up, Pup. It's Christmas Day, said Cat. Quick, come and see. Santa left presents here for all the family. I've got one too, cried Puppy. Oh, wow, how cool is that? Thank you, Santa Claus, he woofed. And Merry Christmas, Cat. The end. He looks so excited and happy for his very first Christmas, doesn't he? I'll say. So he had to learn about what Christmas time was all about, and he had to learn about Santa Claus. And that reminds me of the song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Here's a little clip for you to watch and sing along. We're back for our final story, and of course I'm going to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" because it's one of my favorites, and it also happens to be a Christmas story classic, if you will. So it's by Clement C. Moore. There's lots of different versions, lots of different illustrated versions that are out there. This is the one that I chose off the shelves for today. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. The little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. And he was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." The end. Very good. Well, I hope you enjoyed those Christmas stories. And boys and girls, I want to remind you to come to the library to pick up your packets. So if we were meeting at Simmons Park, we would have sewn some ornaments together for you to take home and save for Christmas time and hang upon your tree. And even though we can't make those together in person, I've put together little to-go ornament craft bags for you. So you can pick up your bag that's going to have 2 pieces of felt, one of the animals from one of today's stories, some embroidery thread, and some batting. This soft, fluffy stuff is called batting, and that's what you'll use to fill your ornament. And then you'll want to tie another piece of thread or a ribbon to it, or whatever you choose, to then hang upon your tree. I do have some examples here, not all of them. I have a bear that looks like the bear from the book, but I also have just some cute teddy bears that you might choose to do instead. The hare was in the first book, a hare or a rabbit. So we have a bunny ornament here that you could make. And then I did a dog, since we had a story about a pup. There's some other choices too. You might get a bird for Raven and Wren, or like I said, you might get a big brown bear, like this one from the very first book that we read together. Okay, but this is meant to do together as a family, so if you've never sewn before, you're going to learn with Mom or Dad's help. The stitches can be very simple. You'll see that these started off very small. I don't know if we can zoom in here. And they really don't have to be that small, so down here I got even a little bit bigger and spaced them further apart. And on my bear, I started to space them further apart. Okay, so you do it whatever way you wish. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If this is your first time learning how to sew, great, just have fun with it. But you'll leave there, or when you're done, you'll have a cute little ornament for your tree. You also want to pick up a snack bag while you're here, since I made little treats for all of you. And I just want to say thank you for joining me, even though we're not together in person. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas in July. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.